another up-close video. This one I've lumped together 3 different die sets from Tonic. Again, I haven't got the original packaging, so I've just stuck them on some magnetic sheets. So I'm not sure exactly what the boxes look like on the front of the packaging for you, but I wanted to show you them while I have all the samples, like I keep saying in all of these videos. But yeah, there's 3 different sizes of the same kind of style of box that are all the new Christmas boxes from Tonic. The smallest one is called the Christmas tree decoration, and then we have the Winter Wonderland small gift box and the Winter Wonderland large gift box as well. And the Christmas tree decoration and the large gift box are basically just one's a larger version of the other, except you can see here one only has 1 hole in the top there and that one has the 2 holes. But as well as them being really nice, like really original shaped gift boxes, they're also full of gorgeous little panel dies and extra dies that you could use on your Christmas cards as well. So if you were just going to invest in one new Christmas die set this year, you could just pick one of the boxes, then you have a box to make, but you also have all these gorgeous little panels that could be made into shakers, or you could paper piece them back in. You can have 4 on a card. You could do quilted patterns with the isosceles triangles that are in them, or you could have multiple rectangles or the squares next to each other and build a pattern on your card. And you also have different extra little shapes within the sets as well. So I will go through them all in detail, but I just wanted to say how like jam-packed full of different things they are. They're not just gift boxes, there's so many other different things that you can do with them. I have only got gift boxes to show you, but I'm sure I'll be using them in cards as well, because there's so many little ones that will be perfect. Like this holly leaf on a card would look gorgeous. A few of these bells cut out would be brilliant. You've got a Merry Christmas sentiment and Noel in one of the die sets too, and so many of these little patterns would look brilliant paper pieced. So the smallest one is the Christmas tree decoration. It actually fits on an A5 piece of magnetic sheet, just to show you the like sort of scale, which means obviously if it fits on an A5 you only need 1 sheet of card to cut this entire box out, because you need 2 of the main panels for each of the boxes to make them. For the other 2 boxes you will need 2 sheets of A4 to make them, because they're bigger than an A5 piece, so you won't be able to get both sides of the box out of 1 sheet. But for the little Christmas tree decoration one, you definitely can get both of them out of 1 sheet. And I'll just show you quickly. It creates a box that is this size, so it's a really decent size little gift box, but they would also look absolutely adorable hanging on your Christmas tree as well. And obviously I did this one in silver and purple because that's how I always decorate my Christmas tree, because it matches my lounge. But I really love the cool design. I love how this bit goes back in. It kind of looks like there's a cage surrounding like some kind of precious diamond inside. It's really, really original, cool looking design. Like I've never seen a box like this before. And it is so easy to do. There's hardly any gluing other than sticking all your panels on. There's hardly any tape to secure all the panels together, and all it is like mountain and valley folds to get that cool shape. So I'm gonna, at the end of this video and in a separate construction video, show you how to put together all 3 sizes. I was just going to do 1, but they're so quick to do. I'm just going to show you 1 of each size so you can see exactly how they go together. But that's the Christmas tree decoration size. I will show you them in more detail at the end as well, the samples that I've done. But you can see the gorgeous little decorations that you've got on there. You've got a snowflake, a bauble and a candy cane that all have a little eyelet loop on them, so that you can use them as a little mini gift tag or a little dangling decoration off of your box as well. You have multiples of different designs to decorate the triangular part that sort of goes backwards into the box, and then the rectangular parts as well. You've got a gorgeous chevron, a tree pattern, you've got a swirly design, and you've got this gorgeous one, this trellisy sort of one. The one I'm going to assemble I've used this panel on, and then 2 of the triangles have a cutting edge already, which makes it really quick and easy to cut them out, because all you've got to do is run it through once rather than cutting the outside and then cutting the inside pattern. You've got this gorgeous one. I've actually used this and cut it out so it's a separate little triangle panel and stuck them on, but that cut into the box would look gorgeous as well. And then you have 2 more extra triangles, one that will work perfectly to cut this one out, and or make a backer for either of those 2, and then you have a slightly smaller triangle with a stitched edge on it as well. That one has a pierced, that rectangle has a pierced edge. You've got a little scalloped rectangle, and then you've got 2 straight rectangles that are slightly different in size. You can see on this one the cutting line is towards the inside, and this one the cutting line is right on the outside, so they sort of mat and layer on top of each other. And then you even get 3 extra little dies that give you a gorgeous Christmas tree, a stocking and a star, which all have extra detail on them if you run them through on the embossing sandwich. This was just on the cut sandwich for that Christmas tree, and those dots have still come through, which I really like. So that is the first one, which is the Christmas tree decoration. Then, where should I put this? I'll put it over there. Then this is the medium, well, because there's 3 different sizes, this is the medium one, but it's called the Winter Wonderland small gift box, because the other one is more of a decoration, and these 2 are classed as gift boxes, and this one's the smaller version. This one has a more square design to the side panels. It's exactly the same idea where the triangles sort of go back into it and the squares are sort of on the outside, but obviously it's square instead of rectangular, which gives it a more squat shape, which is quite sweet actually. This is what it looks like. Oh, it's got caught on something. This is what it looks like. So we've got this gorgeous shaped box. It's really unusual. You can see compared to the Christmas tree decoration, you get a much squatter design because of the square side panels rather than the rectangular panels. But you have some really gorgeous elements to decorate this one with, and I'm sorry if I've accidentally mixed up any of the dies, and they should be in different sets because I've been working with them and it's quite difficult to remember which ones went in what set when you haven't got the packaging. But I think I've put them back in the right places, so hopefully I have. But yeah, back to this one. So you get some really cool panel designs, and I'll show you this in proper detail at the end, but I just wanted to show you the shape of it. But you get some really cool panel designs in this one. On that box I had used this, which has got words that deboss into it. I reckon this would work with the Go Press and Foil to do like hot foiling with it too, but I haven't tried it. But I reckon it would, because some of the other Tonic dies that have got that sort of deboss detail do work. And it's just got loads of random Christmassy words and things, like warm, cosy, happy, filled with, you know, all sorts of different Christmassy kind of words. But it debosses really nicely, and it looks brilliant in the Craft Perfect Pearlescent card as well. Then you have another 4 different panels, no, 5 different panels, there's loads in this one. I've only actually used 3 of the square panels for these. I didn't even get a chance to use those 3 square panels, and I haven't used all of the triangles or these other little panels either, because there's just so much to choose from. But you get, again, you get 2 straight-sided squares, one with the cutting line on the inside and one on the outside, so you can cut them bigger or smaller. You've got a stitched one, you've got a dotted one, and you've got a scalloped one for the squares. And you've got a holly pattern, a stripy pattern, some snowflakes, the bells, which look gorgeous, and a swirly design. And then you have 4 different triangle patterns. You've got the stitched edge, a scalloped edge, a dotted edge, a straight edge. Then you've got nesting ones for this, and you've got another dotted edge slightly smaller and another straight one slightly smaller. So you can create little frames and stuff if you wanted to, say you wanted to put some patterned paper behind or on a panel, but you wanted to give it a little bit of luxury with some gold mirror card around it. You could cut the gold out of the bigger one, the patterned paper out of the smaller one, layer them on top, or you could cut the bigger and the smaller together to give you a little skinny frame, and then you could stick that onto the patterned paper. as well. So there's lots of different ways of doing it. And then the other designs you get this gorgeous diagonal striped one, which I used on one of my boxes. You get this gorgeous swirly one, which I've also used on another one of the boxes. And then you get this snowflake one that has dots around it too, which go along with this theme of these little panels. You get these 3 little panels. I've used this one on one of them, and they work perfectly to go across the squares. So I was using this panel and then I put this on top of it, so it sort of adds to the design and gives, so you've got this as sort of your background and then you've got an extra design on it, but they kind of look like the sort of knitted patterns you get on Christmas jumpers and stuff. The heart one's really sweet, and you can use those fall away hearts as well, which look really nice. And then you've got the little reindeer in that one. I haven't cut that one yet, but I reckon those reindeer will look really cute using the little pieces that fall out. And then you have the snowflake one that matches the triangular snowflake. And you also have this gorgeous large bell, which I've done one here and put some little snowflakes on that are out of the largest die set. And I'm going to use this as a gift tag and do 2 of them back to back for one of my boxes. And also I used the holly as like a little accent on this box as well, and just did it sort of double-sided and hid the twine in between. But I think that looks really sweet like that. And also with this box set, because it's square, you can fiddle around with it and make a tiny little square box with this top fastening. So you can do a cute little box like this, and this is using all of the little hearts that fell out of that patterned side, and this is the Noel from the largest set, which I'll show you in a minute too. But how you do this one is you cut your side panels, but you don't need these 2 bottom pieces, so you want to cut like all of this part, just with the top 2 rows of squares and the locking mechanism. And then you want to snip this one down, so you have 2 squares and then straight down here. And then on this one you want to just leave a little bit of extra, so you've got a glue tab here, and then this one would just be a square as well. And then you just simply attach the sides together, and obviously you do this twice, and then you just, so you're going to stick this bit to this bit, so you're cutting out this triangle piece, and then you end up with a box like this. I don't know if that made any sense, but yeah, I could always do another video on this too, but it's really simple to do. If I don't know if it's really going to help if I open it up, but you can kind of see what I mean. So so here, this panel had a glue tab on, which I then stuck to this panel, and this panel had this bit, and the triangle, or the square that goes on the bottom as well. So you've still got your really sturdy bottom of 4 pieces of card together, but you're just making a small little square box rather than this box. So you're just making one that's the size of the bottom, which is cute too. Okay, I'll leave that one there. Then we have, so then we have the largest die set, which is called Winter Wonderland Large Gift Box. I really love this one, and actually, wait a second. So as soon as I got this die set, this one was just jumping out at me to be used with the mermaid dies, because it looks like mermaid scales or fish scales. So I then made this card, and I also used this foliage piece to create like seaweed in the background as well. And all I did with this one is I just repeat die cut it to create a whole background, and then I used the large mermaid circle layering dies, and I used one of the corners out of them, and I also snipped into the Oceans of Love sentiment with the little fish and cut them out of the Hollow Waves mirror card. And then I snipped off the Mermaid Kisses from the Mermaid Kisses Starfish Wishes die set as well, which came out in the Mermaid collection from Tonic. I just think that worked so well, and the fact that you can take a Christmas die set and use 2 elements of it and they do not look Christmassy at all because you've used them with mermaids. So I just wanted to show you that as well. Okay, so the main die set is basically just a large version of the Christmas tree decoration, except this part has 2 holes in it to sort of make it easier to like tie a bow on the top of it or thread a tag through it so that someone can easily take it off to be able to open the box. And then obviously you have all your gorgeous panels in it as well, and you've got quite a few little extras in this one too. So you've got 2 little gift tags down here, you've got a sort of more square one with a triangle top and the hole already in it, and you've got a little scalloped circle one too. You've got that gorgeous Noel, which I showed you on that other box I made. So this Noel would actually fit perfectly on the square panels on this the small box as well. So you can mix and match the sets if you get all of them. You can easily mix and match everything to make everything go further and give you different designs as well. And you have these 2 gorgeous little snowflakes. I love these, they cut so beautifully and they're really gorgeous design. Then you get that sort of branchy one, sort of fern or something, which you can use as seaweed. And you get a Merry Christmas too, which has the outside bubble as well. And then you have all the gorgeous patterned panels as well. So you've got the rectangles, you've got a dotted rectangle. No, actually, that one. Okay, let me show you the difference between them. There's 2 that look really similar, but then they are different. So, can you really see the difference on there? One of them has got squares and one of them has got circles. So they both give a dotted look, but the dotted one just sort of indents little dots, but the square one, it actually like gives you holes that are square around the edge of your panel, which looks really nice. So we have those 2 finishes, and then we have a straight edge and we have a stitched edge as well. And we have this gorgeous snowflake swirly panel. We've got a gorgeous intricate Christmas tree, which I've used on one of my boxes. We've got that gorgeous sort of fish scale one, but it's supposed to be roof tiles, and I'll show you something that I've been working on. I haven't finished it yet, but you get these gorgeous roof tiley one. And then you get this intricate frame one as well, which has a separate die, so you can make it into a frame, or you can take that one out and just use that extra bit of pattern to finish off the design as well. Then with the triangle patterns, you have the dotted outline, a plain outline, a stitched outline, and another plain outline that's slightly smaller, like I was explaining before. And then on this one you actually get a nesting set of dies with 2 more smaller triangles. And this centre one, it actually makes a window, which I will show you in a second too. And then for the intricate patterns, you get this gorgeous Christmas tree one, which you also get the little Christmas trees that come out of it. So they're really sweet to use in a shaker card, or just as extra decoration for your box, or to use on your cards as well. Oh, and also this little rectangle panel, it cuts out a really nice little rectangle. You could stamp your sentiment on that. It would be, well, obviously not a mirror card, but if you'd cut it out of white card, they'd be perfect little banners for your sentiments too. And then you get this gorgeous pattern. I really love this one, this sort of quatrefoily one. I've used it on one of my boxes. And then you get this kind of like stylized Christmas trees, but it's really just triangles. But there's such gorgeous designs on this, and I think I've explained everything that was in the die set. So I hadn't shown you the size of that one, because the main box that I've made with that size I'm going to show you how to assemble. But I was just about to film this video, and then I was moving all the dies to the magnetic sheet, and I was like, that die really does look like a window. And I was like, I'm going to have to try and make it into a house. So this is the size of the large box. It's a really decent size. It's just under 7 inches tall, so it's a really decent size. But look, you can use the little window and the roof to try and make a sort of house looking thing. And I added a little door on it. I'm not quite finished it yet. I think it needs some more decoration. But it's really cool that you can use the little window die and create like a roof effect. And I used aquaflows, some mousse and some stone drops to create a sort of I was going for a gingerbread house, but it didn't really turn out very gingerbready, so now it kind of looks more like a normal house. You know, it's sort of made out of some kind of terracotta-y muddy stuff. But yeah, I'm going to try and add some more decoration to it so I like it a bit more, because it looks a bit plain at the moment. But hopefully that will turn out quite nicely when I finished it, but I just thought it's so sweet that you can put the little windows in and then have the roof panels as well. Anyway, that's the size of the largest one. So I will now add in the footage of the construction of all 3 of the boxes as well. Okay, so before I move on to the construction, I just thought I might as well do it now in case I get any questions and show you just quickly how I made it into a square box. So we're taking the small Winter Wonderland gift box die set, and I've literally just, you can get all of this out of one A4 piece of card then, and I've just cut that top section like that a couple of times. It doesn't matter about these 2 bottom panels because we're not going to need them. Then I was using my paper trimmer just so I got it nice and straight, and what you want to do is you want to firstly cut off those like half bottom panels that we've got that are just sitting there. So we've cut them off on both of the pieces. Then we want this piece off both of them, and we want it to be a full piece, so we can line this one up and chop that into a piece like that, and then the same with the other one. So now we have these 2 pieces, which are 2 of our side pieces. I'm sorry if you can hear that outside, someone's mowing their front lawn. And then for the side pieces we want 2. So we want this piece, but we want 2 glue tabs on it so they'll stick to this piece. So we want to then just, it doesn't matter how big you make these glue tabs, you just want to cut a piece off. So now we've got this part here, which we're going to turn into a glue tab in a minute. And then we just cut a similar amount off the other side as well, and do the same for the other piece. Make that one a little bit smaller. It doesn't really matter what size they are. Okay, then to finish the rest of this, because we want all these 4 pieces here are going to be the bottom of the box. So to finish off this piece, we want to then snip down here. We want to snip this piece out. So we want to take that off at an angle and create a glue tab here with the 2 little angled ends, and then we want to snip that out. So we want that on all of the sides of these tabs, so that we end up with a glue flap and a straight edge on the bottom of the box. So we want to do that to it. So we're then going to have 2 side panels that look like that and 2 that look like that. So again, we're just snipping these off at an angle to make them look like a glue tab, and then trimming that off. And again, you can decorate these panels any way you want to too. So you can take the intricate dies and cut into these panels and stick another piece of card behind, or you could put vellum behind, or do you know, any way you prefer to decorate a box. And you want to do all the decorating while it's flat. So if I had panels cut and ready, I could I would adhere them onto these pieces now, so that it's all like flat and easier to stick them onto. So when I did this, I did actually stick these on afterwards, just because I hadn't decided, or I didn't know if the box was going to work, and then I hadn't decided how I was going to decorate it anyway. So I did stick these on afterwards. But if you want a full panel on there, it's best to do it while it's flat, because you can really press it down. So then I took some red liner tape, and then you want to place it on the glue tabs that we just created. And just like that. And then I'm also going to use some wider red liner tape, and I'm going to apply adhesive to 3 of the bottom pieces, because one is going to be the top one that folds round, so we want to add it to the 3 of the other pieces so that when we fold the bottom in it's going to be nice and sturdy. This video is going to be really long with the construction of 4 different boxes, but anyway, hopefully it will give you some ideas of how to snip into your boxes. It won't work with the large one or the Christmas tree decoration because they are rectangular, so you know, not all of the sides are the same. It's not going to work as easily. You might be able to fiddle around with it and try and get something to work. Maybe, no, you probably could actually. You probably could get it to work, and it would just be quite tall and just with a square bottom. It would work actually. But anyway, I haven't got enough time to do that at the moment, so I'm just going to do this square one just to show you. So all we want to do is line all of them up together. We want to do alternating the top pieces because we want these 2 pieces to be opposite those 2 pieces, because those are going to thread through these slits. And so we want to add that one onto there, and then finally this one onto here. Okay, so now we have sort of the net of the box. We want to go through and fold everything. I like to fold all of the horizontals first, and then I fold all the verticals. And for these top pieces, you want to fold this one, well, both of them backwards, but then on this one, there's an extra score line there, and then you want to fold that one towards you. I'll explain that in the proper construction as well. So you want to fold that one towards you, and then I like to fold the rest of the horizontals, and then I'll fold all the verticals, which is where we've just glued them all together. You can use wet glue for this as well, you don't have to use the red liner tape, it's just quicker for like doing a video. And then we want to take that last tab off and fold the box flat and stick that together, so you can already see how the box is coming together really nicely. Then to stick the bottom together, you want to push this one out of the way that hasn't got any adhesive on, because that's going to go on the top, and then you want to start with the 2 that are opposite each other that both have adhesive on. Now you want to take the adhesive off one of them. You can add a bit of wet glue on this as well if you want, or you could just use wet glue, you don't have to use the red liner tape. And then you just push that one in so it's filling the square, push this one on top, and you can press from the inside as well to make sure that's nicely stuck down. Then take the tape off this one, place the other one over that's got the tape on. If you think you'll get confused with where to put the tape and on how many pieces of the bottom, you can add the adhesive as you're folding them in as well, and then you wouldn't accidentally be left with one that's got adhesive on the outside. And then last one, fold that one over to finish off the bottom of the box. That's a really sturdy bottom of the box now. And then you just fold these 2 ones where we folded that piece going upwards. You want to keep them together and literally just poke it through the slits in these side pieces, and you put one on first and then you pull it through the other one. And if you actually put something heavy in that, that would make a really great balloon weight. That little box would be perfect for a little balloon weight, or just for a smaller gift as well. So I just wanted to throw that in whilst I'm filming this, otherwise someone will ask and then I won't have enough time to film it. So hopefully if you wanted to know that, then that was helpful for you. So now it's going to be the construction of the Christmas boxes. Okay, so here is the construction for the Christmas tree decoration box. I've already folded one of the panels just to save time, so you're only seeing me fold one of them, but I like to start with all the horizontal fold lines first. So for the top pieces, for the mechanism, you fold both of them backwards, but on the one that has this part with the hole in, you then fold that one forwards. Then all of the other horizontal ones you fold away from you, or backwards, and also the bottom of the box as well. Then I like to fold all of the vertical ones, so again you're folding them like away from you. I'm just doing all of the straight lines first, So just folding them away from you, making sure they're nicely creased. It just helps so much when you're putting it together if you've already creased them nicely first. Then you're left with multiple diagonal score lines, and all you want to do is fold the box towards you this time to crease those ones. And if you do it like, it doesn't matter if you fold it the wrong way, when you're putting it together you can figure out which way it's supposed to fold, and because you've already folded the card, it should easily sort of pop into where it's supposed to go. But if you fold the straight lines away from you and the diagonal lines towards you, that is how the box goes together, so it'll make it much easier. So just fold all of these diagonal lines towards you. You can see how I'm just sort of folding it over and then pinching along the score line to get a good crease. And that's how simple the folding of it is. Then with the adhesive, you need to add it to the glue tabs, which are these skinny little glue tabs. So I've used 3mm red liner tape, and then you want to add it to 3 of the bottom tabs. If you think you'll get confused with which tabs you're supposed to add it to, you can add the glue for the bottom as you're assembling it, but I find if I do it like this and I stick it on 3 of them on the front side of them, that usually works out perfectly, and you just make sure that this one's the last one you stick down, and then that will be the outside. And you can see how I've decorated it as well. You want to make sure it's decorated when it's flat because it's much easier to apply enough pressure to get them to stick on. And you can use whatever of the dies you want. You can also cut into the box as well, which I'll show you in the next construction too. So we want to firstly remove those 2 pieces of red liner tape and stick the panels together. So then we have all, well, 4 main sides of the box, because it ends up being square at the bottom, but there's sort of 8 sets of panels on it because you've got the triangles as well. And then because this is an even number of sides, you can then fold that one in, take the tape off of this glue tab, and then fold this one down on top of it to get it to line up absolutely perfectly. And we're halfway there already. You can see how so simple it is to put these together. Then for the bottom of the box, where we've added that red liner tape, I start with the 2 that are opposite each other that both have the tape on it, and I'm just going to take the tape off of one of them and literally hold that square bit right up to the score line of the opposite square, and then just press that one over the top, and that secures them and starts off the bottom of the box. And then you can just press from the inside or press like this to get them to stick nicely. Then we want to move on to the next one that has the red liner tape on, and because we folded the triangles the right way, if you can see how those triangles are starting to bend inwards, and you can see how that's going to construct the box nicely. So we've now got adhesive exposed there, and we want to take the other one that has got adhesive on, and we want to do the same thing, push it straight up, push that edge straight up to that score line of the square, and then just press the bottom over the top. I just want to make sure that's lined up. Press that bottom over the top, and then you can get your fingers in and squeeze it together again. And then you should be left with the one that doesn't have any adhesive on. And you don't have to stick all of these down, but I find it's much better to stick all of the bottoms together because it really secures the bottom and brings in that shape and makes it much easier for you to realise how it's supposed to fold together as well, I think, anyway. Yeah, so then this is the last piece of the bottom. Just folding it straight over like that, and you can press from the inside to make sure that's on nicely. So now we have the proper formation of the bottom, and the top is going to be exactly the same, but we have this mechanism. So where we put together the 2 squares that both had the adhesive on, we're now going to push together both of the pieces that have got that sticky up piece, and we want to push those 2 pieces that we bent upwards together, and then we want to pull in one of the sides, and again, where we've already pre-folded those triangle ones, they're folding in perfectly, and you just want to take those 2 pieces and slot them through that slot on that one, Why is that not going properly? And then, oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then we want to take, again, doing the opposite with the other side, and take those two pieces and put them through the slot on the other side. And then that just keeps the whole box together. So you've got the square bottom, and that's brought it in to be a square on the top. And if you're just doing a Christmas tree decoration, and you don't want to put anything inside it, you can just literally tie your string onto that. Or if you want to do something that's going to be easy to open, you can tie your loop on with a little bow so someone can easily undo it and then pull this back through the two slits to get it open. But if we open it again, you can see the sort of size you've got to go inside there. You could easily fit a few chocolates in there, or maybe even a pair of socks if you rolled them up small enough as like a tree present. You know, anything small that you want to make look more expensive than it was, you know, like maybe even a bar of soap or a bath bomb or something. They would just look so pretty in one of these. Or you can just use them as a decoration as well, because this is just the Christmas tree decoration one. So we just want to push that back together again, and then you can add whatever tag you want to. On my previous one that I did a purple and silver version, so you can see how you can really vary the decoration on them. This one I actually added on some gems to the centres of those snowflakes, and I added some separate little snowflakes onto these panels. But for this one I actually added a double-sided little snowflake tag on this one as well, just as something extra, and I added little Christmas trees on the panels as well. And for this one I would just hang it like that, so that the snowflake is by the box, and then you just hang it on your tree like that. So that is the Christmas tree decoration gift box. So this one is the small Winter Wonderland gift box, and I thought I would show you all three of them, even though they're exactly the same to put together. I just thought it would be, they're so quick to put together, so I thought it would be easy to just show you how to put all of them together. So I've already folded that one just to save some time, and again I fold all the horizontal ones first. Those two go away from you and this little one comes towards you. Then down the middle you want to fold away from you again. Just press that to really get a good fold, and then for the bottom you want to fold away from you again. Then I go through and do all of the straight vertical ones, and again folding away from you. And you can see how well the score lines are in the cardstock as well. And then you want to do the little glue tabs too, and then you want to go back along and fold all of the diagonal lines next to the triangles, and these ones you want to fold towards you, because folding them this way will really help with how the box comes together when you are sticking it together. If you do fold it the wrong way, it's not a big deal though. You'll realise how it's supposed to fold, and you'll be able to just pop it the other way so it folds the right way. But you just want to fold all those diagonal ones towards you and all the straight ones away from you. So there we go, that's all folded. And then I've decorated this one differently. I've done a real mixture of stuff. So I cut two of them into the box, and I did different panels for the top and the bottom. And then I've added Nouveau drops around the edge, and I've used this mustard gold, which was in the Woodland Walk collection. And then I've added some of them to the centre of the holly leaves on this panel too. Then I've paper pieced in those bells, and then I've also used the Midas Touch pen on the flower and on the holly. And then for the triangle panels I've actually cut the panel out, stuck it to adhesive, and then added glitter onto it as well, just for something different. I think this would make a really cool winter wedding sort of gift box, or like a gift favour or something. Yeah, but you can change up the decoration however you want to as well. So to put this one together, exactly the same as the Christmas tree decoration, you just want to put both of these main panels together to give you all of the sides of your box. It looks really long on camera. And then because it's got an even number of sides, you can fold this one in and take the tape off of that. and then fold this one over to get them to go together perfectly. So we now have this, which it's when you're looking at that, you're like, how on earth is that going to go together as a box when that is the bottom, when you've just got those as the bottom. And you want to add adhesive to 3 of the bottom flaps, and you want to add them to the outside of them as well. So to start assembling the bottom, you want to work firstly with the 2 opposite ones that both have adhesive on, and then you want to take off the adhesive on one of them, and you want to butt the edge of this up against the score line of the opposite one, just like that, and then you want to just fold that over the top and stick them on top of each other, and then you can just press them together like that. Then you want to remove the adhesive off of this one, and you want to take the other one that has got adhesive on now, and you can see how you folded those triangle ones backwards, or yeah, well, you were folding them towards yourself, but now they're sort of going backwards. But you can see how they're going to fold, and how that's going to bring the shape of the box together. So you're now bringing this line up to the score line of this one, and then you're just going to stick that one down and press from the inside again, and then the final one, which you should be left with the one with no adhesive on, because that's going to be the bottom of the box. Again, you can see how that is just gonna, you can see actually how it snaps into shape, how it looks like, how on earth is that going to go together, and then all of a sudden you push it together and those snap inwards and it's perfect. So again, you're lining that side up with the score line and just pressing that on to finish off the bottom of the box. Then you can see how spacious that one is inside actually. It looks really cool the way the triangles poke inside, but like a handful of chocolates or celebrations, or maybe even some kind of bottle of perfume, or all sorts of different things would fit inside. And then you're just going to push those triangles inwards just to show how the box is going to come together. And then you want to pull together the 2 that have the sort of lumpy piece with the holes in, hold them together, and then bring in one of the sides and poke that through the slot, and then just bring in the other side and poke it back through the slot again. And that is how you finish that box off. Really, really simple. That's literally saying 5 minutes it took me to do that. So you can see how quick and easy they are to put together. And this just looks so unusual. Like, it kind of looks like a flying saucer or something. And I was just going to finish this one with, I cut a couple of the bells that come in that die set, and I was going to stick them back to back with a string coming off of them, you know, just sort of as a little gift tag coming off of that box. And the previous one I did was this one, which looks a bit more sort of Nordic with the sort of knitting pattern in it as well, and I used the holly leaves that come in the die set to create a sort of little tag on this one. But you can look how different you can make them look just by using different colours and the different panels and different ways of doing them as well. I think this one looks nice and masculine, this one looks definitely more feminine or more wedding-y, but they look so pretty, and they even look really cool from the bottom as well. So they're really, really pretty. So that is the small Winter Wonderland gift box. Okay, then finally we have the large Winter Wonderland gift box, which I've already folded one, and I'll show you how to fold this one as well. So you want to fold all of the horizontals first, you want to fold them away from you, and then that one with the little holes in you fold towards you. And then the middle section you want to fold away from you, and the 2 bottom tabs fold away from you. And then you want to go with the vertical lines and again fold them away from you. You can see just how easy these are though. I mean, if you did these on a production line, you'd have loads of boxes in no time. So that is all the horizontal or vertical or straight lines really. Then you want to fold all of the diagonal ones next to the triangles. You want to fold them towards you. And as I said in the other 2 parts, folding them like this to begin with really makes it come together perfectly when you're putting the box together as well. But don't worry if you do fold them the wrong way. Just folding them towards me. And for the decoration on this one, I used different panels. So I've used the intricate Christmas tree on the top and the frame one on the bottom. And then I also used different ones for the interior triangles as well. And behind the Christmas trees and the frames, I used that really cool textured CRaFTi card. And I just used some red card behind these ones, and then used a red Nuvo glitter marker to add some sparkle to them as well. And to add some extra interest to the bottom panels, I've cut out that branch out of gold mirror card and then added that on top as well. So for the adhesive, let me zoom out a little bit. For the adhesive, again, you're just wanting to put it on the side flaps that are really obvious, and then 3 of the bottom pieces. I think all the other ones I had that way around. So these 3 of the bottom pieces, and leave it off of one of them. And then you just want to take the red line tape off of there and stick this together. And this one's a little bit more tricky just because it's a longer piece of card. You've got to sort of fiddle with both parts of it. Then again, because you've got an even number of sides, you can flip this over and, oh, we do this one first. Flip that one over and then take off the backing, and then press this one on top, just like that. And then for the bottom of the box, you want to work with the 2 that are opposite each other first, and take off the tape off of one of them. And then you want to line this edge of this square up with the score line of the opposite one, and press that down, and you can press from the inside like this. Then you want to take the tape off of this one and fold on the next one that has tape on, and you can see how we folded these triangles. They're pushing inwards to create the shape of the box, and then this one just wants to fold on top, and again you can press it from the inside and then take off the last bits of tape. And again, you can see how those 2 are folding inwards, and you can see how it just snaps to be the right shape. It's really clever. And then you just press that one over the top, and that's the final box shape. And then you can just press from the inside, and look at the space in that one. That would fit like a whole box of Celebrations or Lindt chocolates or something inside it. And then to finish it off, you can see how it's going to fold together the same way as the bottom does. And you just want to take these 2 with the lumpy bits and the holes on, hold them both together, thread it through one side, and then thread it through the other side. And then there we have it. This one's quite funky in colours because I use that bright green card, but it's all sort of greens and reds for Christmas. But it looks quite funky. And then I have done another one of the largest that I explained in my up close video, or at the beginning of this video if this is on the end of it, using the sort of roof ones and the windows to kind of create a house. It's not brilliant, and I think I'm gonna try and add some more stuff to it to make it look better, but look how different they look from each other. Really funky and vibrant, and then like a house. But it's quite cool that you can make a house out of it, but I think it definitely needs a little bit more work to make it look more like a house. But yeah, I wanted to show you that one as well. So that was the large Winter Wonderland gift box as well. So I thought I'd just show you quickly all of the different boxes that I've now constructed. So there's 2 of the little Christmas tree decorations, which I think is my favourite because it's so dinky and cute. I did the silver and purple version and then the blue and silver version, trying to use all the sort of different panels that you can, mixing and matching them as well, so you've got different ones on the inside of this one, and using the little small elements that you get to add extra decoration. Then I've done the 2 small Winter Wonderland gift boxes. Again, one that looks very sort of winter wedding-y with the glitter and the paper piecing and the Nouveau drops, and one that looks very masculine, with all the sort of striking patterns with the white and the green and everything. And then I also added that little holly leaf to this one. I'm going to add the bell onto this sort of wedding-y one as well. And I also made the little square box using that die set as well, showing you how you can snip parts of it out and just use it to make a little square box. And then I also have done the largest one as well, which is the large Winter Wonderland gift box, with really funky colours on this one, and then attempting to make it look like a house on this one, but it still needs a bit of work. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you all of the different ones. So I hope you enjoyed this up close video and enjoyed all the constructions of all the different boxes and the extra one of showing you how to make it into a square as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Back again quickly. I just finished off the little house, and I like it much better now. So I just used that sort of leafy, branchy fern sort of die that came in with the large die set, and also the 2 snowflakes, and I layered up the snowflakes out of some sort of dull purpley colours to sort of go with the muted tones, and I used some of this paper which came out in the festive seasons colour trend from Craft Perfect to cut the little branches, just to create, it sort of looks a bit thistly, that kind of a look. And I added a big cluster going up to one of the windows on the right side of the door, a smaller cluster on the left side of the door, and then I also added some to the back just to make it look a bit more interesting as well. I think that looks so much better now, so I just wanted to come back in and say that. So I hope you liked what I did with it. Bye!